Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another manga volume review. I'm back in my room. It's super hot, so if I do look sweaty in this video, it's because it's hot in here. That's why I kind of stopped recording here a lot, just because it gets hot during the summer. But this is the only way I have to record in the summer, so I'm gonna have to do it at night and in the mornings. So I'll try my best to get stuff recorded on a timely manner for you guys. Okay, we're gonna be talking about a manga that I have the first, second, and third volume manga-wise. I got the fifth one. The fourth one, which I'll be reviewing right now, I do not have physically, so I did read it online. We'll eventually add it to my collection, so you'll see it in a haul eventually. It's called So What's Wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin? Now, this is a great series that very similar to the Slime anime and manga that we all know, and in the sense of community building and stuff like that. And I say that in regards of just how things work through the series itself. And this volume, it's a very good example of what I mean. Now, before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can find me on social media and other places by checking the description below. Like I said, I do have 3 other volume reviews on this series. We'll have a 5th one after this video once I read the 5th volume, which I do have the physical copy with me. My room is a mess, so I do forgive me for just not having my collection in order, but I've been buying, I've been given stuff, and I've just been stacking, and you don't see the other stacks that I have over here down here, but I have a lot of stuff that I just haven't been able, and I really don't have room, so I do apologize. So anyways, so What's Wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin Volume 4 took a kind of pause in the sense of a lot of characters. Like volume 3 was all about the elves coming together and being part of the goblin community, and they're barely even mentioned in volume 4. Demon Girl, big part in volume 2, comes out once in a while in volume 3, only comes out at the end of this volume. Like a lot of the characters that we really kind of have been seeing in the entire series didn't really show up in this volume. It was a little bit more of a political movement that he was doing, and in response of what happened at the end of volume 3, which is one of the goblins, Ichigoya, had been beaten up by mercenaries, adventurers. So what's going on? Who's Ichigoya? Well, Ichigoya is the goblin, or is the lineage of goblins that do clothes. They're really good at it, and our goblin main character had allowed him to go and sell his products in the human realm, in the human community, and it was going well, but the adventurers responding to what the goblin, our main character, was doing to keep him away from their civilization, they basically took it against this goblin that was in their civilization, and they beat him up, right? Well, he responded in essentially removing him, saying, no, he's not going to sell anymore in your village, and people went crazy because his clothes was the clothes that everyone wanted. And then he started releasing his clothes through like small markets and basically making it like a black market type of sale. Like you can only get it through small vendors and stuff like that, and very, very hard to get. Only the rich can afford it. So people were pissed, right? So that's kind of like the whole first half of the volume is Ichigoya's, like, him trying to basically make a point that he's not going to be messed with, and they shouldn't be messed with. It eventually comes to an agreement that there's going to be a guard guarding Ichigoya to the civilization of the humans and back to the civilization of the goblins. That way there is no problem with him getting hurt, and so on and so forth. So that works out. Now, while this is happening, we do see the goblin eventually, after the conversation, he sees some young goblins trying to avoid him, and eventually he finds out that they're hiding this dragon, who we learn that later on is the Black Sky Dragon. Now, he is a very small dragon at this point, but we then learn that this dragon can actually expand itself to a very huge dragon. And essentially, the dragon is powerful and knew the previous Demon Lord. He's also apparently part of the committee that chooses the next Demon Lord, and they're definitely considering this Goblin to be the next Demon Lord because of the powers he possesses, right? He declines it off the bat, but lets him stay in the village as a member of the village. The volume ends. Another goblin knocks out, and that's Masamune. Now, again, their lifespans are about a week long, so it's not a big shocker. But she only lived like around a few days. So Masamune is dying. She's the lineage of cooks, and she just basically invented gyozas, which not really invented, but she did. And we find that she has a special power. And the dragon says, "Don't you see it?" And the goblin says, "Well, I do. Like, she only lived 3 days instead of a whole week." And he's like, "Yeah, that makes her have special powers." And the volume ends with us seeing almost a ghost of her, and that is the end of the volume. Other stuff happens, like Prince Albert sends people to find the dragon. We learn about Prince Albert's abilities, how it's limited. He cannot rewind. There's a limit to how many times he can rewind a certain scene. He can't rewind certain things that he wasn't involved with. So his powers are limited. We learn more about him. He's basically the biggest threat to the Goblin civilization at this point. And he shouldn't be. Like, he really shouldn't. The Goblin is trying to live in a peaceful way. They're trying to, grow their civilization, but also they're not really planning to. I mean, for God's sake, he gave up the position of being the demon, the demon lord. So anyways, it should just speak volumes that they're not preparing anything or stuff like that. So oh well, that was volume 4. Let me know what you guys think about this series. I will be releasing volume 5 hopefully in the next week or two for you guys here in my channel. I do appreciate all the love and support that you guys show this channel. Again, I do apologize for the mess, but it is what it is. I will be returning with first impressions hopefully soon, if not already. It depends when this video releases. Reactions are in a pause for now. I'm trying to get some reactions out, but it's not gonna work as well as I wanted to in the summer. So it's just it is what it is. So I do appreciate all the love and support, guys. If you have anything else to say, let me know in the comment section, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.